Okay, so this is a great supplementary exercise. It's a challenging one. What we're doing is going from a forearm plank into a forearm side plank. So while we're hitting two positions that are very accessible for a lot of our intermediate clients, what this exercise is emphasizing is the transition between the two. Primarily, it's about accessing a really strong control and stability across the shoulder joint. But you also have to take into account how the obliques, how the abdominals, how the wrap of those muscles, plus the adductors, abductors, and hip extensors are all playing a key role in helping our clients get from the first position to the second position. So I'm actually going to show you two different orientations of it. I'm going to do it sideways so you can see the plank and see where I'm going. And then I'm going to do it face on so you can actually see what we don't want, what tends to happen. And then hopefully I can correct that so you can get a better sense of proper alignment. So coming down onto our forearms, you want to remind your clients to use the whole length of their forearm. So make sure they're not dumping to their elbows, because that will obviously be a big clue that they're not connecting into that serratus. So push down through the forearm. I like to keep a loose fist, so I'm not gripping tense, but my palms are facing in. I'm just wrapping my fingers under my thumb, and then using my abdominals for support, my back muscles, my glutes and hamstrings, I hit that plank position. So this should be solid. I'm feeling like I'm dragging my toes towards my elbows, and then I'm just pushing through my left forearm to rotate. Now I start to sweep the left hip under, pull the inner thighs together, keep my hips lifted. And then going back, I want to maintain that alignment as much as I can of my shoulder over the elbow, but also work my feet. Work the dorsiflexion, work into the toes, come back down. So as I push down, I'm also thinking of rotating the pelvis so that I end up on the outer blades, inner blades of my feet. Pushing down, I'm keeping that strength, and then I want to feel this wrap. Keep the glutes active, keep the abdominals engaged. So coming from the front, I'm going to show it how it very often gets interpreted into our clients' bodies and what we don't want, because there's a real disconnect when the body starts to shift too much to one side. So I'm going to come down again on my forearms. I'm keeping that strong sense of a long plank, a long spine, but then this is where we start to see them shift incorrectly into that shoulder. And then on the way back, it's almost a displacement of the hips as they come through. So again, it's over, way too much of a shift. You can see this is not a strong position. And then coming into that side plank, and then the same thing on the way back, the shift of the pelvis as they return. So I'm going to do it one more time. Hopefully I can demonstrate how we want to maintain that. And just remember, even though we are emphasizing this abduction with the shoulder joint, it's a full body integration right down to the feet. So as I hit that position one last time, I'm keeping the core active. I'm pushing down through my forearm. I'm keeping the shoulder over the elbow, rotating my legs, feeling that spiral. My inner thighs are connected, my abdominals are pulling up. As I come back down, I'm almost thinking of my sternum reaching away and down, working my feet, find the plank. So I push down, I pull up, feel the protraction, work the dorsiflexion of my feet, the legs are straight, abs engaged, and then again, I want to feel like my sternum is reaching away. I rotate on my toes, and then come down. So a hard exercise, definitely layers can be built into that. You can either start your client in the prone plank and then go to the side plank, but eventually that transition between the two is going to be what develops their strength, their endurance, and their awareness to get to some of the more challenging intermediate and advanced Pilates exercises.